Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Creative Visions TV. I'm your host, Karen Dahlman, and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about briefly about how to crystallize your intentions. So it's in January now. You've had a few weeks into it, and you're beginning to look at what is it I need to do to start creating the year you'd like for 2023. This means not necessarily just looking at your resolutions, which sounds kind of, I'm ready to break them already, or creating your goals, which sounds boring. This is about setting forth your intentions. Think about it this way. When I work with the Ouija board, I always set my intentions. Why? Well, I need to have a direction, a force, if you will, in which I want my energies and efforts to be focused. It's like setting a laser focused on the direction you're going. Without it, you could go all over the place. You could bring in all kinds of things. But when you get focused, it's like you're setting the stage. I would say you're setting the gateway, the roadmap in which you want to explore. So before I start, if you notice to my side over here, the right side of me, I have my crystal gazer board out. This came out in the 1940s. I've had it, I think, for about a little over 5 years now. I really like this board. It's a particle board. It's kind of smaller size, but it made me think about the topic today. It's called a crystal gazer, and I got, of course, my crystal ball. I want to talk about, as I mentioned, crystallizing your intentions, making it become crystal clear to you. How do you do that? I also want to show you this board over here, which is a newer board to my collection. It's a Runic board. You see that there's different runes on here. And the planchette indicator is actually a little crystal piece. You go over the letters like this. So that works. I have not used it with a partner yet. I was hoping to use it with somebody who's pretty good at using the board, such as Rodney, because now it deals in nothing but signs. You've been asking about different boards made different ways. Well, here's one right here, the Ruin board, made by Tim Cheesebrow of Singing Owl Crafts. He's also a super talented artist. I've heard some of his music before. I'll put his link below to his music. Great new board to my collection. I love it. I have a special place for it right over there on top of one of my shelves. But behind me, this is my new setup now. I have 3 rows of shelves going up and 3 rows of shelves going up that way, 6 feet that way and 11 feet this way. 33 feet of board space on one side, and 18 feet this way. And I have rows of boards. And so I have a few of I move them around, but I tend to keep a few of these boards here because this one over here is the one I use the most. You've seen Rodney and I use that one. And this was my original one I got from Santa Claus in 1973. And by the way, you guys, 2023 is a really important year for me because it is the year that I've been using the board for 50 years. Don't tell anybody. 50 years. I guess I told everybody myself. That's okay. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of all the years and experiences I've had with this tool. So excited about it because I've been working on this new book I've been talking about. And so one of my crystallized intentions is this book is going to be released this year, more towards the end of summer. More about that when the time comes. But yes, let's get to the topic of today. The topic is, again, crystallizing your intentions, making them where you know what they are and you set them forward and put them out to the universe. So interesting. A lot of the readings I've been doing for my clients, really in this last year, especially right now as we're transitioning from 2022 to 2023, the guides have been talking to everybody about really focusing in on their intentions. Well, it is a new year, and that's something I do every year, but the guides have been really adamant about it because of the things that are going on in the world. We're going to need even more of a focus, a reason and a way to stay focused, because it's going to be too easy to get sidetracked. I got to tell you, for me, it's been really easy to be sidetracked these last few years. All the different stuff going on, all the chaos going on. So it's really important that I did my crystallized intentions. And let me just talk to you about that for a little bit, how to do this, so you too can set forth the direction of 2023. And I'm talking about a positive direction. I mean, enough chaos, enough hardship in our lives right now. So one of the important things about this technique is not to call it goals, not to call it resolutions. I know it sounds like semantics, but it really isn't. How many times have you broken your goals? Or goals are so lofty they're hard to achieve? How many times have you broken your resolutions only to think I'm going to do the diet this year and then it breaks a month later? Well, let's think of it now as intentions. Just setting a course, a direction you'd like to go. It sounds a lot more calm and it sounds a lot more easy to do. And really it is, but it's magical. So I've been writing my intentions down. It started as goals and then desires, and then it became intentions. But I've been doing this since the late 80s. And I have a journal I keep it in. It's actually a 3-ring binder, and I write it out. Well, I used to write it by hand. Now I do it on the computer, print it, and I keep a hard copy, soft copy on the computer, and I keep a hard copy in the binder. And the reason of this is I can always go back and look at it on my computer, but I like it in this 3-ring binder because I can see the progression over different years and how I've changed the way I view each year. And I can also look back and see what I had intended. And did I actually bring that into my life? Did I actually go after that? Some things are yes, some things are no, but I find some things magically appeared that I never would have even expected. So part of setting intentions is setting them where you're also open to other things for your greatest good that come in. So what I do, and this is what I did this year, I will set aside a time, and the time I set aside is at least an hour. And I'll sit there and just kind of relax, breathe, get into a meditative state, no more than a few minutes. Now, if you want to do a great meditation, I loved that our earlier guest this year did for us, Jeffrey Peck. I'll put the link below to that interview, which we just, if you missed it, because in it, he talks about a great meditation, which I love. Although I have a variation of that. Make it your own. But the idea is to really breathe in, get grounded, and then centered and connect with the universe, or your higher self and your spirit guides, okay? So I sit down and I get relaxed, like I just said, get in that space. That might take a few minutes. And then what I do is I get to my computer. Now I do it on a laptop. I'm usually sitting in a comfortable chair. I've been outside, but this year I just sat in my bed actually, because it's so comfy in my bed. Got the laptop out and just put a title and said, Crystallized Intentions 2023. And I wrote down line after line, and everything I wrote down was these desires, dreams, expectations, things that I feel like people, places, circumstances, feelings, emotions that I want to experience in 2023. And I write sometimes a sentence. I might just write a few words. Here's the secret. Always write it as if it is. Not that. Here's an example. It's kind of extreme. I would like to win the lottery. No, you got to say it this way, okay? I am open to winning a lottery, yet I am open to receiving the abundance, which is what you really want. That's for my greatest good. You see that? So I tend to not ask for things like the lottery. I'll say, I'm open to the abundance for my greatest good that allows me to live the life of my dreams. See how I said it? I'm open. It's positive. I'm in the present tense, and I'm keeping it open-ended so it can come to me as my highest good or greatest good and it's going to support me in my life. So you have to kind of play with it a little bit, right? Maybe you might type down a word or write it. You could do it by hand too. Write it down or type it out and go, wait, that's not said so positively, or that's limiting, or it's not in the present tense as if it is. All change, all things that we experience happen right now. You could talk about tomorrow, you could talk about the past, but everything's happening right now. Tomorrow, I am going to go to that business meeting, but when you're at the business meeting, it's really right now. It's in the moment of the now. We're always speaking from the moment of the now. So really write this out to the now. There's no limit or how many things you want to write down. I try to tap into different areas of my life, such as friends, family, business, travel, abundance, fun. You just come up with your list. My pets, I just put it all down. The YouTube channel, my book, expressions, my artwork. I mean, you could end up with a category of maybe 10 things or more. And if you only have 5, that's fine too. But at least try to get 5. And I said it because you're selling yourself short if you only go for one category. I want relationships. I want a relationship this year. Well, try to be open to other categories too, because some of the best relationships you're going to have may not be romantic. It may be with yourself, with your pet, with some friends, with colleagues. You never know. But be open to at least 5. I try to do 10 or more. And then from each one of those, I write down statements about it. Again, it's in the present tense. It's positive as if it's happening now, or if it's already entered my life. Like, for example, if it's already entered your life, you can say, thank you so much for the great abundance I received this year so I could support my dreams of traveling. Thank you, universe. Thank you, spirit. When you have gratitude, when you write these things down, when you're positive about it, you're raising the frequency already that the universe can hear. The universe is going to hear what you're putting out there and what you're focused on, regardless if it's positive or negative. The universe is going to give you that. This is just manifestation 101, right? You guys all know this, but we have to think about this when we're writing down our crystalline or crystallized intentions. We're trying to make them crystal clear to ourselves, just like the crystal gazer, the crystal ball. Now, have fun with it. Enjoy it. The best part about this when I'm done, like I said, I put it in this 3-ring binder, close it up, put it away in a sacred space. I have a place in my office in the closet where I keep all of them together, and I won't look at it again. Now, I've put it out there so the intentions are there, but I won't look at it again and fret over it this entire year. If I do look at it, it's typically in July, about 6 months later. But for the most part, I don't look at it till the end of the year. I put it out there. And part of when you write it down, you're concretizing it. You're putting it in crystalline form to bring in, radiate the energy towards it. I mean, this is practical magic. It is mystical magic too, but it's positivity magic, magic of positivity. It sets you up to set the stage, set the aura, the air, the environment, the atmosphere around you to bring back that same kind of energy. You guys, as I'm talking, this is exactly what I do when I do the Ouija board. I'm doing these kinds of intentions just on a different level. I'm trying to reach and communicate with, whether it's my spirit guide, higher self, or something else. I put those intentions out and it brings it back every time. And with this work, as long as I'm open to for my greatest good, or better, what I couldn't even imagine, then I open the doorway to allowing more than I could have expected to come in. Now, does it all come in? No. Does a lot of it come in? Yes. But it's not always as I envisioned it, which is fine because we are co-creators with the universe. The universe has a lot to provide us along our way. We just got to be open to it, but also state it, be clear. That's why I like writing it down. Don't just say it, but write it down. Now, having said that, with the spoken word, after you read it to yourself, after you write it down, putting it away, it's like you're giving it up to the universe. And it becomes like this ritual you just did, a beautiful ritual. You put it up to the universe through the power of writing, through the power of speaking it, and now put it in a sacred space. You've just concretized it. And then go about your year. And if you get stuck, you can go back and open that journal up and look at it. But what's so much fun to do is look at all the different years over the years. And it's crazy. Like I said, I've been doing this since the late 80s. It's like I can see things in there that didn't quite happen that next year or even 5 years, but all of a sudden, like, what? Here I am. I see myself doing that what I wanted maybe 5 years ago. The timing wasn't right. There was other things that had to be in place. But oh my gosh, that's how it works every time. When I look back, it's the stepping stones in life. And it really is the journey. It's not so much, I got to be there and have this to be happy. It's really saying, well, the universe is going to provide you this in this way, as opposed to what you thought was the only way. So be open to it. Have fun with it. Make it your yearly ritual that you do. I always do it around this time of year. There was a couple of years where I was super busy with work that I didn't do it till February. Doesn't matter. Do it now. Do it now. And if you get stuck and you're not quite ready, you're busy, then make sure you do it in February. Just do it, because anything you can do to help yourself, put the energy forth, you're going to be better off in the long run, because you're taking responsibility for the direction of your life. So have fun with this. Make it your own. Make it a tradition you do every year, and you'll be really surprised at how it all comes together for you. Thank you again for watching. This was Creative Visions TV. I'm Karen Dahlman, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.